Good morning friends. Today we will discuss about the shape of molecules. In the last few lectures we have discussed about the hybridizations of the given molecules, and also we have done a rigorous practice how to draw the structure of a given molecules. But after drawing the structures it may not be equal to the expected shape. So here we will discuss about the geometry of a shape of molecule, and we can decide the geometry and shape of a molecule from the knowledge of our hybridizations. Once we will decide what will be the hybridizations, then it's a very easy way for us to decide the shape of the molecules also. So here when it will be sp hybridizations, the geometry will be linear. When sp2 it will be trigonal planar. When it is sp3 it is tetrahedral. When it is sp3d this is trigonal bipyramidal, and when it is sp3d2 octahedral, sp3d3 pentagonal bipyramidal. So all this will cover by explaining various examples. For example, beryllium chloride, BeCl2 molecules. In BeCl2 molecule, here beryllium is the central atom and it is surrounded by two peripheral chlorine atoms. We know the electronic configuration of beryllium is 2s2. That means it has two outermost electron to participate in the bond formation. So beryllium will make two bond with two chlorine atoms. Here there is no lone pair, so the shape of the molecule will be linear and the bond angle will be 120 degree. So here the geometry and shape of the molecule is linear. Similarly, if we will discuss about the carbon dioxide CO2 molecule, in carbon the outermost electronic configuration is 2s2 2p2. So it will form 4 bonds with 2 oxygen atom. Here over carbon atom there is no lone pair, so the shape of the molecule will be also linear and the bond angle will be 180 degree. If we will under trigonal planar heading, if we will discuss the boron trichloride BCl3, boron has the outermost electron configuration 2s2 2p1, so it has 3 outermost electron to participate in the bond formation, so it will form 3 bonds with 3 chlorine atom. So here the shape will be trigonal planar. You see this molecule is looking like the trigonal and it's remaining in a single plane. It is, I can put the whole molecules over a single paper. This is planar, so the shape of the molecule is trigonal planars. Here the each bond angle is 120 degree. Now we will discuss about the tetrahedral geometry. For to explain this tetrahedral geometry, let's take the example of methane molecule, CH4 molecule. We know in its outermost orbit of carbon there are 4 electrons, so that's why it will make 4 bond with 4 hydrogen atom. Here we will see the geometry, it will be tetrahedral. Here the geometry will be tetrahedral, and here the bond angle will be 109 degree 28 minute. Now whatever the examples we have discussed here only the bond pairs are present. There is no lone pairs are available here, but whenever there will be the presence of lone pair, at that time the geometry will be somehow distorted and the shape will be decided accordingly depending upon the number of lone pair present over the molecules. So if we will discuss about the ammonia molecule NH3, here it has that electron configuration is 2s2 2p3, 5 outermost electron to participate in the bond formation. So but here 3 peripheral hydrogen atoms are present, so it will make 3 bonds with 3 hydrogen atoms, and one unshared pair of electron will remain as the lone pair over nitrogen. Now if we will count down the number of lone pairs and sigma bond 1 2 3 4, so the hybridization will be sp3, so its shape would be tetrahedral, but due to the presence of lone pair the geometry will be somewhat distorted, so we can say its geometry is distorted tetrahedral. What we can say? Distorted tetrahedral, distorted tetrahedral. And if we see its shape, it looks like a pyramid, it's look like a pyramid, so its shape will be pyramidal, its shape will be pyramidal, and its bond angle will be 107 degree, 107 degree. One thing I want to discuss here, in the tetrahedral geometry the bond angle should be 109 degree 28 minute, but in case of ammonia it is 107 degree. Why? Because this is the gist of VSPR theory. We know the VSPR theory. What is the gist of VSPR theory? The VSPR theory mainly describes the lone pair repulsion is greater than lone bond pair repulsion, and lone pair bond pair greater than bond pair repulsion. So what does it means? That means whenever over the central atom of a given molecule lone pairs are present, then there are three kinds of repulsive force are operational over the molecules. One is lone pair, other is the lone pair bond pair, and the third one is the bond pair, and the most strong repulsive force is the lone pair. But in case of ammonia, you see there is a presence of only one lone pair. So two kinds of repulsive force are operational here. One is the repulsive force between lone pair bond pair, and other is the bond pair. And previously we know from the VSPR theory the lone pair bond pair repulsion is more than the bond pair repulsion. So what happens, this lone pair will repel the bond pair to some extent, so the molecule will be squeezed somewhat, so that the bond angle will be 107 degree, little bit less than the regular tetrahedral bond angle. So this is the shape of the ammonia molecule. Now if we discuss about the water molecule OH 2 lone pair, because in oxygen in the outermost orbit we know it has 6 electrons. Out of these 6 electrons, 2 electrons will participate in the bond formation, and 4 electrons will be managed to one shared pair of electrons or 2 lone pair. Now if we will count down the hybridization, here it will also 2 sigma bond and 2 lone pair, so hybridization will be the sp3. So its shape would be the tetrahedral, that means its geometry should be tetrahedral, but due to the presence of lone pair its geometry will be distorted and the shape will be bent like shape. This is looking like the bent like shape. We can say bent shape or angular shape Now we'll discuss what is the difference between this ammonia and water. Here over the nitrogen, in case of ammonia there is presence of only one lone pair, but in case of water over the oxygen there is the presence of 2 lone pair. So here 3 kind of repulsive force are operational, because here the presence of 2 lone pair. So one repulsive force is repulsion between lone pair, other is lone pair bond pair, and third one is bond pair. So due to 3 kinds of rigorous repulsive force, these 2 lone pair repulse each other and repel each other, and this lone pair again repel this bond pair. So that means here in water molecules the bond angle would be more squeezed than the ammonia, because in case of ammonia there is the presence of one lone pair, but in the oxygen in water there are 2 lone pairs, so the squeezing force will be more in case of water than the ammonia. So what will be the bond angle? Obviously it will be less than the 109 degree 28 minute, which is the regular tetrahedral bond angles, but it also will be less than the 107 degree, because it here in water molecule there is more repulsive force. So the bond angle will be here the bond angle will be near to closely 105 degree. So these are the few simple examples we discuss to know its geometry and shape, and how due to the presence of the lone pair the shape of the molecule is a little bit changed from its regular geometry. So whenever there will be the presence of the lone pair, the geometry will say the, suppose it should be tetrahedral, but due to the presence of lone pair the geometry will be distorted tetrahedral. But in particular, if the shape is asked, we have to tell in case of ammonia the shape is pyramidal, and in case of water we will say this is band shape or angular shape or also V shape. So for this lecture that's all, and in the next lecture we will again carry forward these discussions to some other molecules in the case of TBP, octahedral, pentagonal, bipyramidal, etc. That's all. Goodbye.